everyone. We're having a few technical difficulties with Facebook, and more specifically, my home Wi-Fi won't work every time I want to do anything. And yeah, so it's all a bit difficult. I'm hoping that Emma is going to come live and join me, and then I would be able to invite her to join the conversation, hopefully. So yeah, we've just been talking about dips and chips a little bit, and been talking about our favourite swims. So, just joining me now, I hope. So, now I'm using my phone instead of my stupid laptop. And yeah, there we go. Just learned something. I've learned how to do a Facebook Live with two people using the app on my phone. But yeah, like I say, I've been on my laptop in Zoom meetings with clients all over the world all day. And then when I want to go live, it doesn't work. But anyway, here we are. So we've had all sorts of technical difficulties. So unfortunately, Lydia's not with us. But so Emma and we're just going to have a little chat about swimming, aren't we?
Yeah, why not? That's what we like talking about.
Yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the swims in the book and some of our favourite swims. And Alan White is watching. So hi, Alan. Nice to see that you're watching. And I love seeing all your poetry and all your dips in the bath, right? Cold baths, right, in the garden. So what region should we talk about? Should we talk about Shropshire or the Wye, or what do you fancy?
I don't know, because they've all just been amazing, haven't they? There is one place that I don't like to talk about because it wasn't great. I'm on my phone, it's plugged in and it keeps sliding down, so apologies for my weird face angles. I don't know. What do you reckon, Penny? I'm looking up at my wall, by the way. That's why I'm showing you up my nose. Let's not talk about the Windrush. Maybe we should talk about the beautiful Wye Valley because it's so gorgeous. Is that okay?
So, yes, right. So the Wye Valley, about 90 minutes drive from here, would you say?
Yeah.
And what are the towns in the Wye Valley?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Now we're challenging our geography. Anyway, all right then. You think about the towns. Go on.
I can tell you the swims. So when we went to the Wye Valley, I was just like, oh, I'm just going to move here. It's beautiful. I'd like to live there. Okay, so we went to Backney Common, we went to Kern Bridge, Lower Redbrook, Sallock Suspension Bridge, and Simmons Yacht. So it was all about bridges that you were scared of walking over, Penny. Sorry.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about some of them then. So first thing to say about the Wye Valley is that it's hilly, steep river bank sides with the river going through the valley and forests, isn't it, on either side, and steep, twisty, windy roads, and GPS taking you to crazy places. But so completely different to Warwickshire. So just really stunning just to even be in the car for us. And then I'll talk about the first swim that you mentioned was the beach, right? The gravel beach. What was that called?
Backney Common?
Backney Common. Oh, yeah. So this was amazing. It said somewhere that there was this secret little hidden beach, and you were like, yeah, whatever. And we were lost. And then we found this little car park, which wasn't really anything special. And there's this amazing viaduct type bridge that was no longer. So just the columns were there. And there's all sorts of interesting history about the railway line to do with the bridge. And then, you know, we walked along a little bit and you're like, what's this about a beach? There can't be a beach here. You're having a laugh. There's no possibility of there being a beach. And then all of a sudden there was this massive, great big shingle beach, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was fab. I remember that now. Sorry. They've all just, because I've spent the past couple of weeks catching up with so many drawings, they're all kind of like merging into one. And I think, oh, was that the Severn? Was that the Wye? That one was muddy. That one was...
No, and what I remember is different to what you remember, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this amazing wide shingle beach, plenty of room to get changed, shallow, you know, it was really, really stunning. The river was actually quite fast when we were there. So we walked one side of the beach, swooshed down the river and got out the other side of the beach.
Yeah.
But in the summer, you can imagine it would be like an amazing sun trap. Yeah, and all sorts.
Yeah.
So go on, what's next on the list?
Kernbridge.
Can you remember Kernbridge?
I tested you there. No, I
So I
can't.
remember Sellax, the suspension bridge. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, Salax Suspension Bridge was, I think I ran across it going, whoa, what a really cool suspension bridge. And I turned around and you were just right at the beginning going, I don't want to go across the bridge. It's really scary. It's going to fall down. I'm going to die. And you were really brave and you went across it. And then
So
go on.
it was another little village in the middle of nowhere. So I said, hi, Pat. Pat's watching. I hope Pat's cooking your dinner for you. My husband's downstairs cooking dinner. So Sellax Suspension Bridge, so another little village in the middle of nowhere. Again, stunning scenery, beautiful farmhouse cottages, and I haven't really thought about what a suspension bridge is, but it moves, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's like, so it's just a footbridge, nothing else goes across it. There's nothing else there, and then there's this like crazy looking high wobbly suspension bridge, and I remember that I'm a bit scared of heights and a bit scared of it all. But anyway, right, so I got across the bridge, and yeah, what was the river like?
The river was really fast. There's a video, isn't there, where you've gone in, you go, Emma, and I go in and swim sideways, and then you had to go as well, because it was basically, was it October, November that we went? And the weather had been bad, so it's proper sort of autumn swollen. The Wye is really fast anyway, isn't it? Because you have like the Wild Wye swims, and there's that other big event every year where everyone goes on inflatables and whizzes down it really fast. So it's a really big fast river that I imagine in the spring summertime would be a pretty good one to have a good swim down. But when we went, it was brown and really high and even faster, I reckon. But it was good fun. We just had a play, didn't we?
Yeah, and like a really nice spot because you could swim with the suspension bridge in the background. There was a big grassy field, easy to get in the river. And if you looked, I mean, I don't know if you remember this, but you focus on different things, but I'm interested in the buildings.
Yeah.
And if you looked across the common, you could see the church. There's a church. And here's a little bit of history. So the bridge, so there was I'll probably get the terminology wrong, but the person responsible for the parish churches, would that be the vicar or can't think of the term now. So the person responsible for the two churches, right, couldn't get across the river to the other parish church. So that's why the bridge was originally built, so that it made it easier for him to look after two parishes, yeah. Or her.
Because there was another place we went, wasn't there? That and I think this was when I'm looking up at my list. I think this was in Shropshire, where we went to the old foot ferry, and there was another part of I think that was the River Severn, where there was an old foot ferry that used to take people from one side of the river to the other. After Salix Suspension we did Lower Redbrook, which was amazing, and another scary bridge, wasn't it, that I was like, come on, you can do it.
Yeah. So really crazy bridge, wasn't it? So we parked up, so it was in like a larger village, I suppose, with really steep sides, again, steep hills, valley, on either side.
One side of one end of the bridge is England, and one end of the bridge is Wales as well, because I believe someone said to us that during the first lockdown or a part of the lockdown where Wales weren't allowed out, people were walking across the bridge to go to the pub on the other side.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And so you could see all the houses up the hills as well, couldn't you, as we were walking along. And so then we walked down to the river, and then there was this, like, we found the footpath and access to the river, but there was this great big weird looking metal iron rusty structure with zigzag things to walk up to it, and a bit that was derelict, and like I was so intimidated by the I don't know, the metal, the old industrial thing. And
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm not really going over there, am I? And it was like really high up as well. Well, it felt really high.
it was really high, and they were
Yeah,
big. It was the old Dishes railway line, wasn't it? And
that's
then there was
right.
a bridge next to it. And you were a bit cold because it was the last swim, and it was kind of just starting to get a bit rainy and horrible. So I went in again, just really really fast, wasn't it? But we've got to just go back again to before that one because that was the last one of the day with Symonds Yat. And we've heard so many, well, I've heard so many people talk about Symonds Yat and thought, God, I really want to go there. And it was so lovely. And again, the river was so high and fast that it was a bit dangerous to get in, but we found a little area, didn't we, that where there was like an island and we could swim around, and there was a really nice bit to get in. And that's where we met Steve.
That's
Ace.
where we met Steve. Yeah, yeah.
We've just inspired to swim every day, and he's been swimming every day since, hasn't he? He swam in Symonds Yat in his pants because we gave him a towel so he could get dry. And yeah, and he said that he just loves it now, and he's there swimming all the time. So hopefully our lovely book, I'm just jumping ahead, sorry, waffling,
No, jump ahead.
will inspire loads of people to do the swimming all the time, you know, and have a little read of it, look at our wonderful stories and the things that we've got up to, the crocodiles we've seen, the eyeballs on stalks, chucking your knickers in the river, all of those things, Penny, that you've done.
Knickers in the river.
No, bless you.
But yeah, I mean, this is what it's about, isn't it? We want to inspire other people to have a go at wild swimming,
Yeah,
go somewhere new, have an adventure, and get all the benefits of, the physical and mental well-being that we get from having a wild swim, right?
yeah,
And I think, I don't know about you, but I've appreciated it more because of the restrictions and the lockdowns. Certainly
yeah,
in the summer, and I mean, I haven't really been for a swim for a while, especially not since this lockdown. But yeah, I mean, I just feel cooped up in my house, cooped up in the city, don't see very much countryside. I haven't, and we know the power of water, just being and seeing water for your
yeah,
mental and physical health is just amazing, isn't it?
yeah,
So yeah, we want to share a bit of that love and inspire other people, but we also want to share your amazing art
yay.
to bring a smile and some joy and to some inspiration to other people's lives. So,
Hopefully.
shall we end on that note?
Yeah, we don't want to bore anyone, but I think we should do it more often. So
Let's do it more often.
we get
So, yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to like and share our page and
like and
pictures.
and
And we're going to be launching our crowdfunding, our Kickstarter campaign to raise money for the Dips and Chips book, the illustrated guide to wild swimming. We're going to be launching that on World Book Day on the 4th of March. And that'll be your chance to support us, to get an early copy of the book, maybe get your picture or your name in the book, get a signed copy, buy some art, all sorts of exciting things coming up.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing. Right. And on that note, I'm off to have chips for my dinner. What about you?
Cool. Lovely chatting to you, Penny. Thanks,
See you
everyone.
soon.